That 23-minute video is what launched this whole platform because I had to tell her that the men that you want something for their money. You know this the odds on a child being raised as a single parent, right?
The odds of
The numbers are far worse. Kids do better. If you decide to have a child, man, it'll be purely for selfish reasons.
I'd agree.
So you be raising your children solely based upon your income. So you'd have to put your child in a,
because you're saying women like me. So a woman like me who chose to be independent is a detriment to the community.
Yes.
Because see, the first time.
Okay, but before you didn't answer my question. How do we move forward with women like you? We can get into it, but I'm asking, how do we do that? Don't dissect what I said. How do men move forward with women like you?
I'd say by working just as hard as we are.
You have a choice to leave or go. You're free. No one can make you do anything. You're free. How do we work with women who choose to leave?
But I mean, I can't answer that.
Yes, you can.
I can't.
Yes, you can. Because the community needs to continue. We need to continue to have families and children. If men want families and children, they have to get with what?
Childbearing women.
And have what?
Sex.
Have wives and families.
Right.
Right. Oprah Winfrey and you, we can't do that with. So what do we do if we need a black community? What do you tell the black men who want to build a black community and have black families and black babies? When women like you and Oprah and all the other independent women are on whatever you're on, cool. But what do you tell the men who want something different? Because you said you care about the black community, having businesses, families, and so forth. We're on the same page. Mm-hmm. But you need willing women. Women like you, fair to say you're not as willing as we need. What do we do with women like you?
Put themselves in positions to lead.
How about we just go get white women? Or non-black women? How about we go get women who want to be with us, of any race, and then make babies? See, the problem is, the answer you don't want to give us is you think you're our only option, and we're just supposed to bend over. No, ma'am. Your answer is ultimately, waste your time, black men, and try to fix, excuse me, no, ma'am, the wife down the aisle. The fair thing is, with the black community, man, be fair. We've been doing this pretty well. Will the black community continue to move forward if a black man marries a Hispanic woman, a Middle Eastern woman, an Asian woman, a white woman, and they make babies? Will the black community continue to move forward? Will we have families and children? Yes or no? Yes or no? Yes or no?
The answer is no. I mean,
Why?
We can ask
Why?
Kanye West.
Whoa. We will have families. You will have a black man with a wife and children. Is that not a...
So, black women that high, if I'm going to answer that question. I just feel like, we've made it happen through everything. So, without us, the black family will definitely come to an end.
No, it won't. We carry the spark of life. We'll still be a black community. Matter of fact, it'll be better because then we'll have women who want to be with us, stay with us, and build families. Not have women who want to top men. You want to be on top from the bottom. But you were honest. This is the deification. This is that queen energy. We don't owe y'all nothing. We owe the community. We owe ourselves. And if y'all don't want to be here with us, that's fine. Live your life, travel, do whatever. And then once you go to dust, we'll be moving on down the path. Do you think if black men stopped mating with black women, the black community would cease to exist?
No.
Then y'all better start acting like it, because that's what's happening to you. Because without us, who's rushing in to marry y'all? Is Brad, Lee, Ahmed, and Enrique lining up to take over what black men leave behind? Who y'all gonna marry? IVF? These are good questions, man. You gotta admit, these are good questions. You got something on your mind? Go ahead and ask.
I'm scared of you. I know
No,
better.
no. I mean, don't have to be. Okay, we have to have these conversations because so many sisters feel like you that the answer is really, well, if I'm not ready, you should still wait till you find a black woman. But under no circumstances do you just give up on black women and get a non-black woman. Man, we die before y'all. We die more often. We die sooner. We don't have time to wait for y'all to decide y'all want to be our wives. We don't have time to wait for y'all to decide y'all want to be our partner, to be the mothers to our children. Maria can make fried chicken. Becky can make macaroni and cheese. Oh, you don't think so? University of California, Fresno. Go look at the Black masculine
Oh, I
studies.
believe it.
White girls are getting booties. The biggest advantage black women had was physical. They're coming for black men. And y'all act like, and I want you to understand, y'all act like black men have to just stay beholden to this bullshit. And your attitude, or your not attitude, but your point of view is so rigid to where black men just need to just keep trying to figure out the combination. We're not your property. And we're not second-class citizens in the black community. We're independent too. Y'all have forgot who actually runs shit around here. I don't belong to you. You belong to me. You belong to me. You heard me. Let me say it again. You belong to me. The kids belong to you. I belong to God. We report up. And your bucking eyes, and you look confused, go look in your Bible or whatever thing. I don't belong to you, woman. You belong to me, woman. Why is that such a hard concept? What you gonna do about it? If you don't want to belong to me, fine. Let blonde hair, blue-eyed, flat booty Becky come in here. She'll be just fine with it. Let Maria come in here. Poppy, she'll be just fine with it. Let Mayling and Marisol and Jamila come in here. They'll be just fine with it.
May I say something, Kevin?
Please do.
If I found a man that offered everything that, or I would say 75% of what I really wanted, I could conform. I'm tired of having to lead. I'm tired of having to be masculine. I want to be feminine. I want to be led.
So what you just heard is chameleonese, the conditional femininity. That if a black man were A, B, and C, then I could rest in my femininity. I'm tired of having to lead. No, you can't get a masculine man because you're too masculine. That's why you got to get men, you got to lead. Masculine men won't accept masculine women. But I'll tell you what you do. You want to know what you do? You treat the black man like you treat their white job or their white university or their white paycheck, and we got no problems. Put as much respect on our name as you put on that PhD or the MBA or master's or your bachelor's. When I asked you what you got, you stood up loud and proud and railed off your credentials.
From Virginia State and Bowie State,
Yeah,
yes, sir.
And you'll die and they won't give a shit that you were there. Like, we really believe this when y'all's actions show something different? Usually when a black woman says, I love a black man, a tirade of insults is not far behind. See, we know y'all too well. And that's what's messing with y'all right now, that men are finally speaking. And they're telling, because we grew up watching y'all as mamas, our aunties, our cousins. But the more important thing is, you said who's leading, right? So if a man needs to lead, he needs a woman that's going to follow. It's more important that a man who has a woman that's following. Doesn't matter what race she is?
No.
Okay then. So if a black man can lead a non-black woman, why can't
I would not know. So I wouldn't say one way or the next, Kevin.
All right, what's your guess, man? What would you guess? Since I don't need you to know each and every individual, but
Okay,
you know,
but
you
I
got
would-
Serena Williams, you got
I would-
Eve, you got I can name countless women.
I can
Lonnie
guarantee-
Love. Lonnie Love was with an out of work painter. Would
One
she
of
be with an
the-
out of work black man that she met on ChristianMingle.com? She ain't even Christian. Come on, man, let's not play games, because if y'all we really want to get somewhere, y'all gonna have to start being honest with yourselves and with us. And when y'all don't want to be honest, well, I can't speak for everybody. That's not me.
Well, one of the initial things that we talked about was the examples I had growing up. So I do believe that you treat your spouse based on the roles that you saw growing up. So if a man wasn't raised in an African American household, he's not going to treat his African American wife the same as an African American man would treat his African American wife if he grew up, traditionally in an African American household.
What does all that mean? That's word salad. That a white man's not growing up in a white household,
That
so he
you're-
treats a black woman different?
Based on your role,
Well,
on
let me
what
tell you
saw
something.
growing
According
up.
to the data, black men make the most involved fathers of all races. According to the data, black men are actually better in relationships because we grew up with women. That's why you got non-black women rushing over here, because we weren't raised in the patriarchy like they were. We're more willing to listen to our women, where their women just get told what to do. See, you have been raised in a culture who told you that we were beneath you and substandard, to where you've even believed it. Then why are non-black women striding in and strolling in to get black men if we're so goddamn bad? Crickets. According to the CDC, black men make the most best involved fathers for very reasons. Man, you have fallen to the propaganda that black men ain't shit. And you got to live with the fact that you lived that for most of your life, whether you acted on it or not. You heard black men ain't shit. Well, if black men ain't shit, why are non-black women rushing to get the top 10 or 15% of black men if they ain't shit?
I'm still trying to get me one, Kevin.
You had one for 10 years and you left it.
He wasn't my person.
Who told you have a person?
Adam had Eve.
Convenient Christianity, people. Remember I asked if she was a Christian? See, your godfather's too good for this shit. See, they cannot understand that they put themselves in their own trick bag and their ego is too goddamn big to realize they screwed themselves. Humble yourself, man. Adam had Eve. You ain't no Eve. But you were with a man for 10 years. You were with a man for 10 years, and according to you, you left him because of sex. If that's the case, die alone. I don't know why women think y'all have an unlimited supply of men the older you get. When most women would have just said, this is good enough. Black women, you better get used to good enough or dying by yourself. Black men, you don't have to be supermen to get these women. Sell out to femininity, gentlemen. You deserve better. Man, you could be feminine. Y'all could do everything I'm asking you to do. black women before you have done, under worse circumstances. But the reason you can't is because you the man. Or women like yourself, Oprah, all this other stuff, y'all the man. Cool. But ma'am, it ends with you alone. It ends with women like yourself alone. Maybe not you specifically, but the odds are very high. And you only here because whether you like it or not, you can see that it's more likely true. Why is it that as a black woman's education and income goes up, her marital prospects go down?
I would say because the men, like you said, aren't on the same level.
54% of black men are single and childless, 61% in the middle class, 2.5 million black men in the upper class. Black men are out earning and outpacing black women in every outcome metric. We are above your level. The average black man earns $6,000 more than the average black woman. Yet you have $40 billion in student loan debt. You have bought into the bullshit propaganda. You ain't better than us. But y'all still on this on your level. You're right. We're above you.
I never said that though, Kevin.
You said, I said, why when a black woman...
I never said that a black man, I'm better than a black man.
But I said, why when a black woman's education and income goes up, her marital prospect goes down? And instead of saying she's more difficult to deal with, she outprices herself for the market, you automatically went to the men as the problem. The problem ain't the education. The problem is the chick. Why as a non-black woman's income and education goes up, her marital prospects don't decrease at the same rate as a black woman? Obviously, it's not the income or the education. It's the woman. What I'm showing you, class, is that black women's default for all the reasons why things don't work is the black man's fault. And they don't even recognize that they're doing it when they do it. It's just the default answer. It's like a multiple choice test, C. They just keep marking C. Maybe 30 seconds. You were with somebody for 10 years, right, wrong, or indifferent. You got 10 years of imprinting on you. If you don't get back with that man, which, dude, if you decide to get back with her, make her pay. Make her pay. But if you don't get back together with him, cool. Where's this man gonna come from? And don't go out and be a single mother with IVF, because I'm telling you can't say nobody told you. If you do decide to do it, when you see a black man walking by with a little blonde hair, blue-eyed wife, and little tan babies with good hair, you should, good thing for you, Mufasa. Wish I could have had me one. Come on, Alexis. Let me make you a baby mama too. Let's get our matching Chanel flippers. Let's go out to brunch. You can be strong and independent like mama. That don't have to live this way. It's a choice, man. You don't have to be alone. But there comes a time, man, to where you will be alone. This, as funny as back and forth, I think this has been a really good conversation for a lot of people. Thank you for keeping your composure. But we need to have these conversations because at the end of the day, we all y'all got. We're the only product y'all got to buy in mass. I didn't like Brussels sprouts as a little kid. But you know what? My mama kept putting Brussels sprouts on that plate, and she knew eventually you eat them. Brussels sprouts was on that plate every day and today I love Brussels sprouts. You